Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? How we all doing today? I'm gonna show everybody how to survive the new Sakhal Frostline DLC on Dayz. I'm gonna show you what the real killer is. I was doing a run last night, but we're just gonna take him out, do a little unaliving. That way you can see it from the beginning. This is an official early release that the devs gave to all the streamers. But I just want to give everybody a quick little head start on how to survive this and just get through the storm. So I recommend the very first thing you want to do is make a fire. That is the most important step, is to cure that the cold that you're going to get. You're going to spawn in. You're going to get cold really quick. They spawn you in with lower food and water. See how your water is yellow to kind of like get you scared? Your temp starts out white, but it drops really fast. So what I recommend doing is just getting your knife and getting a fire. The quickest way to get a fire is to either get some short sticks. I like to get the long sticks because instead of breaking down all the sticks singly, you get one long stick, you get 3 short sticks. So it saves on your hands, you don't get cut as much. You can start the fire on the ground by just lighting this, like bark or a piece of paper of that nature. As well, you can literally just light a piece of bark or a piece of paper on the ground. It makes a fire, start throwing wood in it, you're good to go. And then you don't have to do all this right here, what I'm doing, but I'm just going to show you what I like to do. This is the easiest. And you can also cook in the big fires. You don't have to get a sharpened stick, long stick, which when you're out on the run, that's what you're going to need, a long stick or a cooking pot with a little cooking attachment. And I could have just went to like a community server, spawned all this stuff in, but I just want to show everybody like the real deal, like in the real world, you know. And then what I do is I make what's called this hand drill kit. Boom, boom, get the hand drill kit. So you got sticks now, you want to put them in your fireplace. Like I said, you could either just light the bark and make a fire and put stuff in it. But you need this hand drill kit if you don't have a lighter, matches. If you find a lighter, matches, you're set. You don't have to make the hand drill kit. You just need the piece of bark and the sticks or the bark on the ground. So we're going to put that in. We're going to light this up. And essentially what you're doing is you're getting a heat buff. See how my temp's already blue? If you leave that for a couple minutes, like 5 minutes like that blue, you're going to get a sickness that you cannot cure without tetracycline or a bunch of food and high temps. So if you get your temp up again like this and you get the sickness, you can actually start a fire, get warm, get your food and water up, and you'll get rid of it pretty quick. It progressively gets worse as the more you play with that sickness. Eventually it'll become so bad where your health just dramatically starts dropping and there's no coming back without the medicine. It's pretty much over. That is the real killer of Sakhal right now, boys and girls. Like, this sickness is deadly. But if you get this fire going right here, you're going to be good. That is step number 1. Step number 2, I recommend finding food, whether it's in a house, on the ground, infected, or whatever. I would try to get some food and warm it up by your fire so you can eat. You have to warm it. Don't eat it hot. It'll be red. If it's red, don't eat it. Wait till it's orange. That means it's cooled down. And make sure it's cooked. Don't eat it raw. It can confuse you. When it looks orange, you'll think it's cooked. But it still has to cook thoroughly. For step number 2 as well, another quick resource is going to be your most important resource for food is fishing. Whether you find a rope or 10 rags combined together, I believe it's 10, maybe more. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could be 12, 6 and 6, but I believe it's 10. You combine the rags together, you make a rope. You take the rope, put it on a stick. That gives you a fishing pole. You can craft wooden hooks now from the trees. You can get the trees and make a wooden hook. See, I have the 2 buffs. I'm pretty much good to go down there. So my heat buff is out of the way. That's step number 1 out of the way. We're good to go. So now you want to go look for food. Like I said, if you can find a dead survivor that's already laying on the ground, you can cut them up with your knife, take their guts, and make rope out of it. You only need 1 pair of guts. So you don't need 2 guts, just 1 piece of guts. Thought I heard somebody. Like I said, this is on the official servers. There is people in here. I recommend getting some glow sticks in case you want to do a bunker run. I'm not going to tell everybody how to do the bunker. There's probably going to be videos on that to explaining that a little more. But to stay alive, just watch that monitor that temp bar down there. When you see that temp bar go blue or getting close and you're losing them little pluses and they start flashing, the last one, you want to get a new fire going as quickly as possible. I don't think you can make a fishing pole out of barbed wire, but we'll see. But you need a rope and some guts. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. It's just here for, no, can't. Didn't think you could. So you can put that on your back. You can actually carry some stuff with you for a fire. I recommend trying to find a sharpening stone before you ruin your knife. You literally only get the couple uses off of it. If you were to chop clothes or something up with it, it'll really destroy that knife because it spawns in badly damaged. I'm not for sure if we're going to spawn in with a knife when we do. If we do, this video will stay valid. I recommend getting warmer clothes. Pay attention to the insulation. The ones you start out with are the worst. It'll progressively get better. These are low, so put that on. Keep it low. You want to keep your clothes fixed and clean. You don't want them all beat up and raggedy. It causes airflow through your clothes and makes you super cold. You lose your buff twice as quick. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of surviving Sakhal. Also, the third step is going to be the food, or to keep moving. Don't sit in the town too long. Keep fires going for hours. Sitting in the same spot, you're going to get found. People are going to see your fires. They're going to come. They're going to want your food. I suggest just looking for food, water, or heat, food. And if you can find the water well and you know where those are at, once you get good at them, they're on the edges of town, either on this side or that side, and there'll be a trail. And you can get water. You do not have to have the water to survive. You can actually cook your food. When you cook your food... Oh, I'm about to get beat up by zombies. When you cook your food in the fireplace, there'll be a spot for 2 spots for cooking and 4 spots for drying. Depending on the stove, it could have 1 spot for cooking, 2 spots for drying. Only cook your food. If you have a pot, boil your food, because you'll get more water when you eat it. You're pretty much just eating food to stay alive and keep your water up. Eventually your food will get clear full, but you can just eat to keep your water up. I suggest putting on clothing, no matter what it is, hats, gloves, anything you find. You can make it out of shirts, but I try to find it first, because I don't want to ruin my knife unless I find an extra knife right offhand. If I find a knife right off the bat, and then I'm good to go. If you can get the survivor, like I said, and chop up a survivor, you can get the bones and the guts. That is the most clutch way to start, which I should have just showed that and found a survivor. You could also just cheese the game by offing yourself a couple times and going back to your body. So we're going to try to keep this video as short as possible. That way people can come back and watch it and get a good tutorial. Always look at the insulations. Different colors have different insulations as well. There's different qualities of clothes. The rope is going to be crucial for your fishing survival skills. And see how as long as my buff's up, even though my food's yellow, I'm not getting sick. Literally not getting sick. I don't think you can use metal wire to make a pole, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Nope. So it is only rope. So we might just off ourselves real quick to see if I can get a survivor. I might have to do it a couple times. I'm going to try to just get a body real quick off my body and show you guys what I mean about getting the rope and the thing. You could do this too. It's kind of cheesing and cheating, I feel. So I don't do this. But you could. Essentially, off yourself a couple times, spawn back in, get your knives that were just on your body or cut your body up. Do not drink with bloody hands when you cut the body up. That will off you pretty quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up here like this. If this works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And that's why we're doing this live, because I could, like I said, I could have just spawned everything and had it all set up and been ready. But then that might not be the likely scenario for you. Hopefully we'll spawn in the same spot. The spawns are like every 5-6 minutes they change. So you have a really good potential to keep spawning in the same town. And then you can just go get your body and your knife. But they did not spawn me in the same spot. So that's why we like to show the tutorials and just see the real life world of scenarios. Unless my body is right down here somewhere. Hopefully I'm going the right way. See how my temp's already low? Like I said, you want to spawn in and get heat. Heat buff is the most important thing in this map. It really is. If you ain't getting that heat buff, it's over for you. I could be somewhere down here. But yeah, I just recommend coming in, starting a fire. I can show you the other way to make the fire as well. Like I said, you can cut rags up and start making stuff. Even put these helmets on. Anything is better than nothing. And then like I said too, you can also make a fire like this. Let's see how many uses you get out of your knife. I'm just gonna go ahead and... That's 2. Actually, I don't want to ruin my knife because I don't build off myself. So like I was saying, you can literally just get bark. I don't even need 2 pieces, but I need them to make the fire starter. If you have matches and stuff, you don't really need the 2 pieces of bark. You only need the 1. Like I said, get the stick. This is the meta right here. This is what you're gonna do every time you spawn in. You're gonna make a fire. Get the heat buff. I cannot stress that enough. The storm that's going on in the cold is the biggest killer you will see. So we're gonna make a hand drill kit. Do not make the fireplace. It wastes your crafting materials. So you're gonna do that, and then look, I can, like I said, I don't need to make the actual fire. I can just light the bark. Look, if you light the bark, it makes a fire. So as long as you got a knife, some stones, you can even find a stone on the ground. You can get pickaxes and knock on the big rocks and get stones. But as long as you got a knife, you got a fire. And I think this fire is too cold to start it, so it didn't start. It could be too cold. You kind of want to put it next to a tree or a house. I kind of messed that up, but that's the gist of that. I just wanted to show how you can just light the bark on fire and make you a fire. Let's see if we can respawn in the same spot. Like I said, I'm just trying to find a body real quick to show everybody and try not to make this video too long. But like I said, this is why I wanted to do it in a real life scenario, like on official. I have 5 days now played on this beta. I missed out on the first 2 days, so I didn't get a code till the 3rd day. But this is my knowledge. I have been to the bunker, I've been to islands, I've gotten a boat. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll spawn in your same spot, but other times you won't. That's all I can say. Just stress getting a fire going. And that's why I recommend putting them in the house fires as well, so you don't have to worry about your fire going out like it did on me. Because your fire goes out, you're in trouble. That's the most important thing is fire. Literally spawn in, go for fire. I'm trying to find a person or a body so I can just chop them up for you guys and show you the rope and the guts. I feel like that's really important. It's finding rope and bones. If you can find a stack of bones, you're set for life. Yep, that's what I said. You can make, I said that earlier, you can make face masks and wraps and stuff out of clothes, but I don't recommend doing that right off the bat because you'll ruin your knife. If you don't have your fire buff going ahead of time, always put the clothes in your hands and then swap, because if you swap them while they're on the ground, you have a really big potential chance of losing your loot. That's the telltale sign somebody's been through. Rope's usually pretty easy to find. So I'm just trying to hurry this little playthrough up. I'm taking too long already. You can find it in them sheds, houses. It can pretty much be anywhere. If I can find another survivor, it'll be amazing because I said I can get that rope. Oh, there's the rope. So I'm going to get the rope. Get these. Oh my, lots of infected. We'll lock some up and we'll keep moving. And this is what I said about getting the fire going and getting your heat buff. You see how I'm running around? Oh, right there. Boom. We're set now. I got a rope and an extra thing. Extra melee. So now I can make a fishing pole. We're going to go ahead and do that real quick and just show you guys how to fish real quick, what the new mechanics are, and we're going to end this and we're going to start up live. That's also a fire source as well, so that's good to have. We'll always look for fire sources to start fires. That's really important. Look at your insulation. It's like I said, some vary. Those are all medium, 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 so that's good. So now that I do have my extra knife, I'm just going to show you how to cut these up. You're going to cut these up and make stuff for your hands. I recommend making gloves first if you don't have enough rags, which Dad only gave me 2, so I'm gonna make craft improvised hand wrappings. So we'll just do that. Boom. Put your hand wrappings on. This will help for your buff. I need to get the fire going, so let's get the fire going. Let me kill these infected real quick. I try to take my gloves off if I'm going to be fighting a lot of infected because it will ruin your gloves. But you can fix these gloves with more rags. See, my temp's dropping really low. My health's already dropped because of the temp, not my food. The temp is the real killer in this one, guys. The temp is bad. Oh, so I found some food already. Sometimes that spawns you ready to eat, but if it says frozen and cold, you cannot eat it. So let's get the fire going. I recommend getting the buff over anything. Just like I said, the buff over anything. You can cut your hands grabbing sticks and stuff, so be careful. Make sure you have rags. I need 2 long sticks, so I'm going to try to get 2. I think these bushes only give you 1, honestly, so I just messed up. And you see how that ruined my gloves already? Just two breaking down the trees twice broke my gloves. So you got to be careful on condition of your gear. And then now we're just going to get the bark. Or actually, we don't need the bark. Actually, I do need the bark for an accelerant. So you need an accelerant to start the fire. Paper, rag, or bark. So we're gonna do that real quick. Just make this a quick little easy video. It's all about warmth, food. Actually, the water's not even that big a deal. Like I said, it's more about food and warmth. Warmth is the most important right now. Right off the jump, being warm is gonna save you. I didn't grab my bike, did I? Okay. And this is what I was saying about how I didn't need to make a fire thing, because I have one right here. So you can actually start the fires with these flares. A lot of people don't know that. It's a one-time use, though. Well, I mean, you can use it over and over, but until the flare runs out, it actually has a hell. I like to put them in the fire when I'm done. It makes the room less bright, and it'll destroy the flare, and then you won't have to listen to that sound no more. And then while you're cooking, if your item is badly damaged, don't put it on here, but if it's just damaged, you can set it right here in the cooking spot and warm it up as well. So I will get some food, and while I do that, I'll craft the fishing pole. You take this long stick, combine the rope, craft it. You got an improvised fishing pole. There's some shots. Like I said, this is official, guys. This ain't no, we didn't spawn nothing in. Oh, I didn't keep my, break my stick up to put it in there. Don't forget to break your stick up, put it in the fire. Make sure you got plenty of fuel in the fire. You can always get more. You don't want to have to restart the fire. Usually that destroys a lot quicker. There it goes. This is still damaged. You want to watch this. Yeah, the new inventory space is cut way down, so just be wary of what you're holding. Like I said, just keep watching this. You don't want it to get badly damaged and go ruined, but can cook this. We got one buff starting. See how my health's already going up? That blue temp is a killer. The more stuff you have on your hands, head, and the better warmth, you can get 3 pluses. If you have, like, I think it's all high or better insulation. If you get all high or better clothes and all your head wrapped, your hands, your face, you can put a face mask on, head, hands, hats, everything. You'll get 3 pluses. So that's pretty good for me. I could wait for this food to warm, but I'm not that worried about it right now. I'm just going to show you guys how to fish. So you're going to get your knife, your whatever you got, your screwdriver. You want to come get a stick. It doesn't matter, short or long. Like I said, I always go for the long because you get more sticks. I'm just going to show you. Right here, if you break this down, you get 1 stick. That's it. If I do the same process, I get 3 instead of 1. If that makes sense. So you're going to combine that with that. You're going to craft improvised hooks. You do not need worms. Some people will say you need worms. You have less chance of catching a fish. You can catch boots, which sometimes you need boots. If your boots are ruined, make a fishing pole. Catch some boots. Get a cooking pot. You can catch a cooking pot as well from the water. Just to show you, I got my pole. Just so you know I'm not BSing, I'm going to put a hook on. And we're going to come up here. You don't have to be close to the water. You don't want to get wet. Stand back. Aim up a little bit at the water. Hit the water, boom, and just hold it. You're gonna hold it. Keep holding your whatever action it is to cast your pole. You're gonna keep holding that. You're gonna look for a splash in the water and a pole jerk. You'll see the pole jerk, and he'll make a sound. He'll be like, and just let go of everything. It takes a little longer without the worms, so be patient. Don't give up. It'll come. Don't keep recasting, uncasting. It's just wasting your time. Sometimes you can get a bite right off the jump. Sometimes it takes 10 hours. The worm is quicker, though. So if you do put a worm on here, it is way faster. We're going to show the difference. We're going to fish without a worm, and then we're going to try to get a worm. You cannot get worms with the screwdriver, I found out. But you can use pickaxes, shovels, and stuff, knives, improvised knives, bone knives, stuff of that nature. See it jerks? Let go. I just let go. Boom. See that little splash in the water? Boom. Caught a fish. And it's good that we actually caught this one, so I'm going to cut this one up. This is a trout. You can get pollock fish as well, but if you get trout and you don't have no fire source and you're just hurting, keep trying to catch these trout. You'll get what's called caviar, and you can eat it raw, like real life. Boom, look at that. Boom. Got 2 fillets, got some caviar, and then you're just going to want to go cook your food. This is how you survive. And then I'm going to show you the aspect of on where I put the food and why. So like I said, there's going to be multiple slots in here, smoking and cooking. At first, if I don't have no water source, no clean water, I put it in the cooking, because the cooking actually bakes it and you get more, see, it's not cooked. You'll think that's done, but it's only warm. This will smoke your fish and dry it out, and you only get food. You don't get no water. But if you cook them, you can just keep eating these and get your food and your water up. So essentially, you don't have to worry about water right off the jump. It's not a big necessity like you think it is. It's why they start you on yellow to panic you. But as you can see, my food's already dropped just as well as my water has. If not quicker. Your food might actually drop quicker. And just having this in my pocket, thawed it out the rest of the way. We're not going to eat that though, because that's found food. We're going to cook. And that's all you're going to do. This is literally how you survive. The next steps will be on you. Is number 3 is to keep moving. Don't sit in one town for 10 hours. You're just going to get the same loot. Do not eat the food off the bat. You see how it's hot? If you're dying and it's a necessity, I want to show you one more step. Not too many people. I've never seen nobody else show this yet. This is kind of why I wanted to get this video out here before people start stealing my ideas, because I have been telling people this. Throw your food in the water. Look at that. Throw it in the water. You see it steaming? Cools off twice as quick outside than in the water. Even outside on the ground versus in a house next to that fire, it keeps your food warm. Now, I didn't want to get wet. That was a bad idea. Don't do what I did. But like I said, if it's a necessity and you're dying, throw it in the water. It'll cool it off quicker. But what you can do is just chill. Hold it in your pocket or whatever. It doesn't hurt you when it's hot to have in your pocket, but it does hurt you to eat it. Look. This does hurt you to eat it. See that? And it quits you from eating it, and my health's already dropping. You can actually unalive people from eating too much, or feeding them, like force feeding people. You can hurt them like that, or if you eat too much hot food, you can hurt yourself as well. And then to get the worms, see how my knife's ruined? How I was saying I should have used my screwdriver to cut my fish and save my knife. It's the most important thing. As you can see now, I can't get worms. If I would have had that knife, I could have got worms. The screwdriver does not get worms. Just remember that. It's very important. But like I said, you do not have to have worms. As you can see, I reeled one in right off the bat. Took maybe 20 seconds tops. Wasn't very much longer than having a worm. And getting worms, it destroys your knife. So that's why I did not get worms, because I knew it would tear my knife up. And then, yeah, just keep getting stuff like this, making cloths, covering your faces. And that's pretty much it. That's the meta of the mouse. Like I said, I'm not here to show you anything else. Not show you how to get to the bunker. I'm not showing you how to get a boat, get to the islands, where the cars are at. So now you're just going to want to make a face wrapping or a head wrapping. I usually go for the face because it's easier to get hats than it is like a mask. So I always do the face wrapping. And this helps your buff. See how my buff's still staying longer? Because I wrapped my hands with gloves, and now I'm about to put this on my face. If I have one, I can make one for my head. No, not enough. But the more clothing you have on, the more insulation, the more warmth you can retain. And that's pretty much it. That's how you survive. Now look, this food is ready to eat. As long as it's orange, you're ready to eat. And that's it. Watch my food and water go up. And then I suggest getting food and water. Figure out if you're on the east side or the west side and start heading towards either the bunker or military. Or some type of loot with houses. That's the volcano up there with the scientist briefcase. You can look at videos about that. I'm not here to show that. I'm just here to show how to stay alive. And see, my water's going up now too. They did. I don't think they should have gave us the knife. So that's all I would do. Just like that. Bam to bam bam. See my food going up? My water, if you lay down, your food and water will double. Look, my water's doubled now. Instead of 1 arrow up, I got 2. And just chill. get you a little fire, eat your food, relax. Once you got your temp up and your buff, that's your most important thing, is that buff. Secondly is food. Thirdly, you're going to just keep focusing on water. Always keep cooking in that slot I told you. Just eat all your food. Don't save a bunch of food. If you can eat and you don't have the 6 symbol and your stuff's not full, keep eating it. You don't want to die and give somebody else a bunch of food and water. And that's pretty much it. This is how you're going to live Sakhal. As always, make sure you like, subscribe. I appreciate everybody's support. If you want to see some more videos like this, just let me know in the comments. I'll try to make some more. If not, we might focus on just our live streaming still. But I did want to give out this video because I know it's going to be important. Everybody's going to want to live. It's going to be hard. It's tough out here. No lie. And like I said, I just suggest keep moving. Keep on the coast for a while. Move from town to town. This map's pretty small. There's a lot of little military tents and stuff on the coast. There's med tents. Like, you could easily just go, I could probably run to the next town. Any extra keys for a giveaway? So I'm probably going to do some giveaways if they don't give me any keys. I'm probably going to do some giveaways, so try to stay tuned to either my lives or I'll make a post as well if I get some extra keys. But I am going to do at least one giveaway for Frostline. I might do PC, PlayStation, and Xbox One each, to be honest. Just to kind of give back to you guys for all the support you guys have given. I'd like to help somebody out there that maybe can't afford it, or, you know, just wants it and don't want to buy it, you know what I mean? And there ain't no reason for wanting it. You don't have to feel bad about wanting it. It's a free code. I'm going to buy it and put it out there. First one to get it's going to get it. We're going to end this tutorial right here. And then grab that hat. See why I didn't make the hat things? Because you can get them. I think I ruined it. It's ruined. But you see my point. Hats are way easier to find. And like I said, just travel the coast. Keep searching houses. Look for guns. Try to get you a weapon would be my 4th step, is getting a weapon. And then my 5th step would be finding something for water. You need them. They got these new little blue pills. They're white and blue. I'll try to put the name in the comments and later. I can't remember what right offhand, like TriClean or something. But they're white and blue pills. They're a new pill. And looky here. Always check this. You don't eat the fat off the people. It's bad. But I always look for bones. That means somebody's already got the bones. Always look for bones. And also another tip is there is metal poisoning. Do not eat the snow without those pills and cleaning your drinking device, because it will kill you and make you sick. Another thing is they have these new water bottles you can scoop the snow with and it cleans it automatically. And what else am I forgetting? And also, if you're killing bears and wolves, they have a new parasite in their meat that if you eat it, it makes you sick. So what I would do, you can actually eat the fat as of right now. I don't know if it's going to change, but you can eat the fat on any animal. No matter bear, wolf, the fat, not the meat, just the fat. You can eat the meat on the hares, the goats, the sheep, anything like that. The deer, the reindeer, all that. But I'm going to get off here. I hope this tutorial video helped everybody out and gives you a head start in Sakhal. I hope to see you all out there. I do love you long time. I'll be back later for a